Brent Fikowski here, another wrap up from the Dubai CrossFit Championship. It is the morning time, starting the fourth and final day, and I just wanted to quickly wrap up for the fans event number 7, which was the event in the tennis stadium on the final day of day 3, kind of the chipper. And for those of you that didn't catch it, I'd go watch it. It was a lot of fun. It was electric. Wasn't it, Claire?
It was great.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. And as you know, there were 3 heats, and the third heat was lining up, and I kind of mentioned, I think, to Velner Bjorgvin, I'm like, I think this is going to be a pretty fast heat. Everyone here is kind of built well enough for this chipper, and people are going to go hard, and it's going to be pretty aggressive. So the workout was, I'll describe it quickly, and you can go look at the details. But basically, it was you row, wall ball, box jump, heavy front rack walking lunge, 10 rope climbs. And then you do it all over again, but you do half the reps. You row, you do some more wall balls, you do some more box jumps, you lunge for 10 meters, about 9-10 steps, and then you do 5 rope climbs to the finish. So I knew it was going to be between 10 to 14 minutes. The women were finishing around that time, maybe not quite as fast as the men. But so, yeah, the interesting part was that the wall balls were to 30 pounds, which is heavy for the men. But we got there, and in the morning we were briefed that the wall balls would only be to the target that was out there, and they said 9 feet, but I'm pretty sure it was more like 8.5. So for me, I can almost stand on my tippy toes and touch the bottom of the target. So it definitely changed the feel of the wall ball. You kind of had contact with the ball the entire time. You didn't really have to throw it. I didn't have to throw it at all, really. It sped up the workout. And then the rope climbs were just normal rope climbs. We were told at first they might be stubby, which means you have to start with a legless pull, which slows it down and brings your heart rate up. So basically it's just go. Just go hard, and 10 minutes of kind of pain. And so I had a strategy to start kind of conservatively, like relatively conservatively on the row, do the wall balls maybe in 2 quick sets, and box jumps go pretty fast. And then after the box jumps was sort of when I would put the pedal to the metal, and I knew if I did that strategy I'd be behind, but I thought that I'd have the fitness to sort of catch up to everyone. And everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And so got out there, started rowing, and everyone was rowing a lot faster than I thought they would. And I went, oh, well, maybe I should row a little faster. So, I was thinking of rowing, 1350, and I probably rowed more like 1450 because, Roman next to me had a 10 damper and was rowing at like 1750 the whole time. And I thought, man, as much as that's probably a little too fast, he's also real fit, and I need to stay close to him. I need to stay close to the pack, just behind the pack, but I can't be that far behind that there's not enough room for me to gain. Right to the wall ball, did my 40 unbroken. I was thinking of splitting them up, but decided not to. They were feeling pretty easy with that low height. Right to the box jumps, and man, people were flying on those box jumps. I wanted to keep that pace, but I'd kind of do 10, take a little break, 5, take a little break, whereas most guys were just hammering out 30 real quick. Knowing that I wanted to finish that 30th box jump, rebounding box jump, and just grab the barbell right away and start lunging. And that's when I started to gain some time. I think at that point I probably finished my last box jump 6th or 7th in the heat out of 10 men, maybe even slower than that. But I grabbed my lunge real quick, and I probably had the fastest or close to the fastest lunges, per meters per second, and dropped the barbell at the 10 like everyone did, and then had to turn around. And I think it was that point that a lot of athletes were like, whew, kind of the workout caught up to them a bit, and they took some pretty big breaks there. So I tried to grab my bar pretty quick, chalked, grabbed the bar, and then so I wouldn't have to chalk when I did my rope climbs. And then when I got to the rope climbs, I was behind Roman by maybe a rep, maybe 2 reps, and behind a few other athletes by a rep. And I just really did my rope climbs as fast as I could. Tried to basically keep my hands on the ropes, so as soon as I touched the ground, just get right back up again, keep my arms above my head. So I'd slide down and then just like keep my arms up there and grab again. No jump, leave the legs for everything else. Just try and use my arms a bit. And so I was able to catch everyone on the ropes, which was great. Been working on those, and quickly jumped on the row, tried to jog to it, and then I was out of breath. So, I started rowing, and wasn't rowing slow, but wasn't really rowing fast, maybe 1250. I was probably 3 or 4 calories down of the 25 when Roman and Jason got on. Roman got on. He started rowing at like 1450 the whole time and caught me and actually passed me on the row, which was super impressive. I could hardly believe it. And And then sure enough, right to the wall ball. And I knew he would do that, and I knew he'd get right to the box. But I was like, Brent, just stay just like a couple reps behind him. I think I was 2 reps behind on the row, maybe 4 reps behind on the wall ball, 2 reps behind on the box jump. But I was like, as soon as you get off that box jump, grab that lunge, and you can keep pace with him on the lunge, maybe beat him by a step or two, and then you can hammer him again on the ropes. And man, he was pushing me hard, and so was Jason Smith to my other side. Like, both those guys were going so hard, and you could hear the announcers were talking about it, and everyone was cheering, and you could just feel his pace. I could hear his judge calling his reps. I could hear my judge calling my reps. And, he was not slowing down on any of those movements. And so as soon as I finished that 15th box jump, went down and touched the barbell, and I was ready to pick it up, but I waited. And I think he kind of looked at me and I looked at him, and I was like, your move, pal. Like, as soon as you pick it up, I'm picking it up, and then let's lunge. And so he did, and I did. It took me 9 steps to cover the 10 meters, and I was able to step quite quickly. Been working on those with Kevin Lutz of Revamped Training Systems. We've been trying some things with the lunges just to speed them up and keep them real efficient. And so I was able to, do those lunges real quick, get them done. I knew I was just ahead of the 2 other boys, Jason Smith, Roman, and then we had developed a lead on everyone else. And then I jogged back to the rope. I said, Brent, you need to do 2 ropes really fast here. Try and get the 2 ropes almost done or done before the other guys get back. And then just pay attention to how fast they're doing them. And every time they grab, you grab. And then you just do 1 rope climb for their rope climb. You'll be done 5, they'll be done 3, and you'll win. And that was hard to do at the end, but I was able to climb the rope and, kind of enjoy a little celebration jog back to the starting mat, and won the event, which is exciting. Got lots of points, 100 points, my first win of the weekend. I think I've got a 2nd place in the swim and then 2 third places so far. So yeah, it was awesome. It was pretty epic and really cool to share that moment with Roman and Jason Smith, and even Vellner and Bjorgvin. Like, everyone worked really hard, and so it was a cool feeling. And I had a lot of pride, and it was really nice to do that. I mean, I'm kind of known for doing very well in the old chippers, and workout like that comes out, and you hear, oh, Brent, you're probably gonna win this one, that, and I'm like, yeah, I hope so, but it's there's a target on my back, and everyone knows my pace is maybe the pace to hold, and that's the pace to beat. And so it's I work really, really hard to maintain that strength, so when it comes up, I can rack up those points when they're available. And so it was just really satisfying to know that I still got it, and to have those guys push me as hard as I've ever been pushed in a workout like that was really cool. Just like I said in event 6 with the snatches, like, that's why I do this, is those cool experiences. The crowd, the athletes pushing you to go faster than you want to go, pushing you faster than you ever could go in training, is expanding how hard you think it's possible for you to push. And that's what's really exciting about this sport, and what keeps me coming back, and why I love competing. It's just as much about competing against those athletes as it is competing against yourself and learning what you're capable of. And throwing down against the other guys just brings that out of you. The competition brings it out of you, and we're all striving, and we're all getting better together because of it. And so it was really fun day, really fun way to finish. So excited to get started today. It's Saturday morning here. We don't know what we're doing yet. We got a briefing soon. Probably 2, 3, maybe 4 events. We've had 7 so far, so probably 3, which gives an even 10 like last year. We have no idea what they are. Lots of movements left. We haven't hung from the bar yet, so probably some bar muscle-ups, chest bars, and maybe the Rogue Echo bike. But other than that, there's dumbbells, kettlebells. So lots of stuff left, lots of movements left, lots of time domains they can still test. Probably some sprints, probably some medium, probably some long. It's going to be a big day. Excited to charge on that leaderboard and not give up until the last rep. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for reading. Professor Project team, and any of my fans out there. So hopefully make you all proud here today. Later.